Digital transformation and business transformation are two of the hottest buzzwords in the industry today. But how exactly are these two terms different, and how does it apply to you? That's what I want to talk about here today. My name is Eric Kimberly. I'm the CEO of Third Stage Consulting. We're an independent consulting firm that helps clients throughout the world reach their third stage of digital transformation success. And digital transformations and business transformations are two of the hottest trends or the hottest things to talk about in the business and technology space today. They're very vague words that are oftentimes interchanged. And so what I want to do today is talk about what the differences between digital transformation are and business transformation so that you can have a clear vision of what it is exactly you're trying to accomplish with your overall change initiative. Now, for more information on this, I encourage you to download our digital transformation report. It's an annual report we publish each year that talks about some of the trends, tips, and best practices you need for either a digital transformation or a business transformation. And it also includes a number of independent reviews and rankings of different technology options. So I've included links to that below. I encourage you to check that out as part of your research as well. The first thing that distinguishes a digital transformation from a business transformation is the use of technology. In other words, is technology being used as a driver of change, or is it used as an enabler of change? Now, it may sound like I'm slicing hairs here, but this is a really important, subtle, but important difference in the digital versus business transformation discussion. Now, business transformations generally will view technology as an enabler. They have a clear vision for what their business changes and their operational model, their organizational structure needs to be, and they're simply using technology as a way to automate or enable those changes. A digital transformation, on the other hand, is more focused on using the technology to define the future state of the business processes and really define how technology can change or disrupt the way business has been done by the organization in the past. So understanding which path you're going down and what your priorities are is really important, because even though it doesn't really matter if you call it a digital transformation or a business transformation, you need to know what technology's role in the overall change initiative is going to be. And if you view technology as an enabler, then you want to focus early on defining your operating model, your organizational structure, any cultural changes you're looking to drive within the organization, and then you'll figure out how technology will help support that. If you're looking for technology to help you define how you might change your business or automate your business going forward, then you might do less of that work up front and focus more on finding the right technology to help drive some of those changes. So the use of technology and whether it's a driver or an enabler of change is one of the key differences between digital and business transformations. Regardless of whether you're pursuing a digital transformation or a business transformation, there needs to be a heavy focus on people and the organizational change component of change. The reason for this is whether it's digitally driven or business driven, the changes are likely going to change and affect your people, and changing and affecting your people is going to be a key prerequisite to ensuring that you are successful in your transformation. Now, generally speaking, business transformations are more focused on the people component or the human component of change. However, I'd say it's also very important in digital transformations as well, and it's more likely to get overlooked in digital transformations as well. If we view technology as a driver of change and sort of the thing that leads change and drives change within the organization, it becomes easier and more tempting to ignore the human component. Whereas with a business transformation, we already know we're focused on the business, the processes, the people, the strategy. We're focused on that first and foremost, and then we're finding the right technology to support it. So while the commonality here is that change management and the human component of change is critical in either scenario, it's more risky in the digital transformation scenario because you're more likely to overlook it. So regardless, it's important to really focus on defining a clear change strategy. And by the way, for more information and best practices on change management strategies that might help your digital or business transformation, I encourage you to download our Guide to Organizational Change Management. It's a white paper, it's very comprehensive, describes a number of tools, methods, and best practices you can use to drive the human side of change within your transformation. I've included links to that below, so be sure to check that out as well. Now, having a clear business strategy and goals is, again, something that's important for both digital transformation and business transformation. But again, it's more likely that business transformations are going to have a more clearly articulated strategy and goals to work from. Digital transformations are at risk of not having those clearly defined goals and objectives because it's tempting to let the technology lead the change, and therefore it almost provides an excuse for organizations not to clearly define or articulate what their strategy and goals are as part of the digital transformation. So again, here, similar to what we discussed with the organizational change and people side of things, we want to make sure that in either case, whether we're pursuing a digital transformation or a business transformation, we want to make sure that we have clearly defined business goals and objectives to help enable the changes that we're looking to pursue within our business. Both digital transformations and business transformations should focus on measurable results and a solid return on investment. However, most organizations that are pursuing the digital transformation route don't focus on measurable results and ROI. Too often they're focused on implementing technology simply because their old technology is outdated and they have to replace the technology. That might be a great reason to pursue a digital transformation, but it's not enough. If you want to avoid the money pit and the cost overruns and the time overruns and the overall failures that plague the industry, you want to make sure you have a clear set of measurable results and ROI and business benefits that you expect to get from the transformation. Same is true for business transformations, but it's more likely that if you're pursuing a business transformation, you're going to focus on measurable results and ROI. However, I'd argue it's even more important for the digital transformation path because if you're investing heavily in technology, that can get real expensive very quickly. In most cases, a digital transformation is going to cost more than a business transformation. So it's even more imperative that you have clearly defined business results, business benefits, and overall ROI analysis that you expect to get from the project. And not only defining the ROI as a way to justify the investment, but more importantly as a way to track the business benefits that you expect to get out of either case, the business or the digital transformation. So while it's important for both business and digital transformations to focus on measurable results in ROI, I'd argue that it's even more important for the digital transformation route if you're investing heavily in technology because those projects are more likely to cost more and to run over time and budget than expected. So at the end of the day, what I think is safe to say is that digital transformation and business transformation are very similar. There's a lot of overlap, there's a lot of commonality, there's subtle differences, but you really want to determine for yourself and for your organization, what are you focused on? Are you focused on more the business transformation route? Or are you focused more on the digital transformation route? Or maybe it's a combination of both, which is what I would argue most organizations would likely be doing here in the 2020s, or should be focused on here in the 2020s. So regardless, hopefully this has provided some guidance on the difference between digital transformation and business transformation. For more information and best practices around transformation in general, I encourage you to download our Digital Transformation Report, which is an annual report we publish each year, provides a number of benchmarks related to digital and business transformations, provides best practices, implementation tips, as well as software reviews and rankings to help you define what your business or digital transformation initiative might be. So I hope you found this information useful and hope you have a great day. Yes, I also encourage you to download our guide to, what am I promoting? I don't know. Can you use the filter that gets rid of my gray and makes me look taller? Check out, or gosh, check out what? I can fill up more time if you want. Make it a 20-minute.